Hey friends, welcome to the In Focus podcast, a show for photographers who are looking to grow and scale a photography business that feels good. I'm your host, Gina, a wedding and elopement photographer, industry educator, coach, and most importantly, your friend. On this show, we'll dive into actionable strategies, industry trends, and all things photography related so you can leave each episode feeling inspired and in focus. Hey photographers, this is one that I've been wanting to do for a while. Usually somewhere in the middle of busy wedding seasons, it can be easy to start to feel some sort of burnout kick in. And I get it. Maybe you've spent weekends back to back at weddings, staying up late, cranking out editing, missing summer days with your friends. And to be honest, sometimes it can start to feel like Groundhog Day, rinse and repeating weddings over and over and over. And you start to lose that spark that kind of got you here in the first place. If any of that resonates with you today, I want you to know first that you're not alone. There is a whole world of wedding photographers out there that are right there alongside of you. It happens to everyone. And I'm here to help you out today with a little mindset adjustment that we all need at some point during our wedding seasons. Whether you are driving to a wedding right now or elbow deep in editing, I hope that you save this podcast for the next time that you're driving to a wedding. Maybe you kind of left your house not feeling that spark of excitement that you normally would have on a wedding day. Maybe you're just tired. Maybe it's just, you're kind of feeling a little bit off. I want you to save this podcast and you're going to come back to it and listen to it. So right here, take a deep breath. I want to stop you right here and I want to remind you something. You are doing a job that you once dreamed of doing. At one point, this right here was your dream. The inbox notification, the contract signed, someone actually saying, yes, I choose you to capture the most important day of my life, or this important moment. This moment that they want to spend their hard-earned money to make sure that it got captured in photographs by you. And that's not small. That is everything. You are not just heading to a wedding today. You are walking into someone's once-in-a-lifetime moment that you've been trusted to witness and preserve. You're being paid to create art, to turn fleeting moments into forever moments. You're getting to do what so many people wish that they could do. Wake up and do work that's important, meaningful, and freaking matters. So before we even get into mindset and strategy, I want you to just sit with that for 1 second. You made this happen, my friend. So consider this today your pep talk. Let me hype you up the way that I know that you hype your clients up. All right, let's do this. All right, I want to start with a question for you. Remember when you wished for this? No, I want you to think back to those early days when you were building a portfolio from scratch, when you'd refresh your inbox multiple times a day, when you'd second shoot for free just to get a taste of it. You were dreaming of this so hard. And now look at you. You're booked. You're trusted. You are on your way to do it again. I'm so freaking proud of you. And you should be proud of you too. But let me ask you this. Now that you're here, where do you want to take this dream from here, right? Now that you've had this wedding booked, many weddings booked, lots of weddings under your belt, you're on your way to do it again. What's next for you? Maybe today is more than just documenting a wedding. Maybe today is going to be about being intentional with how you photograph it. Maybe you want more documentary style candids in your portfolio. Maybe you want to push yourself with composition and light today. Maybe it's a great chance to network with a planner or fellow vendor that you know is going to be there today. This job today, it's another brick in the path that you are building in your business. I think it can be easy, especially on weddings that are more, I'm going to tread carefully here, but more traditional, simple, laid back, to feel like you're just doing another job, right? So today I want you to change your mindset around that. How can you make the absolute most of this today? What will it take for you to wrap up this next wedding or shoot and not only feel good about it, but feel freaking excited about it as you drive home and go to upload those photos into your Lightroom? Like, what's it going to take for you to feel absolutely fired up about what you capture today? We get to be really intentional with where we want to take this next opportunity, right? Where we want to take this business that we've built. You are in charge of that and you get to decide where you want to lead it. All right, next up, let's remind ourselves why this work really matters. So I want you to zoom out for a second because I want you to feel the weight of what you're about to do in the best way possible. But you're about to photograph the day that two people have been planning and dreaming about for months and maybe years. They have obsessed over the details. They've invited their favorite people from all over the country. They've imagined this day in their minds in 100 different ways. And now they're living it. And you, my friend, are the one who's going to help them relive it. That is not a small job. That's sacred. And here's the thing, if you've been married, you know exactly how much these photos are going to mean to them. I think about my own wedding and my own wedding photos all of the time. It's been a decade now since I've been married, and I hate to say that, but I can still remember every feeling leading up to that day. The details I planned, the excitement as our family and friends flew in from all over the country for our wedding weekend, the anticipation, the emotion, the joy of having everyone that we loved in this same place at this same time, kind of all of our worlds colliding together. And I mean, when we got our photos back, I freaking cried. I laughed. I felt it all over again for years and years to come. I still feel that way when I look at my photos. There are photos from that day that I'm never going to stop looking at and cherishing and just being so thankful that I have them. For example, my grandpa, that was one of the last events that he got really dressed up for. And the photos I have of him from that day, they are everything to me. They are truly some of his last great photos and the last great photos that I have of him. My niece, she was 2 years old, walking around with this like Barbie bride. It was so cute. She was so like excited to run up to me with it and show me. And now she's a teenager and she's like too cool to talk to me. But I'm going to hang on to those little tiny flower girl moments with her forever. The ceremony, I literally barely remember it. I think I totally blacked out. There was just too many emotions happening at once. But the photos, they bring it all back. And it's funny because I had dreamed of our ceremony, right? Like over and over and over again. So I knew exactly like how I thought it was going to go. But when I get to go back and look at my photos, it just hits differently, right? The way my husband was looking at me, the way our parents were like beaming at us from the front row, the joy on our faces and their faces and our friends' faces. And that's like what your couples are going to feel today when they look back at your work. You're giving them a way to remember what they felt today and not just what it looked like. That's power, that's impact in people's lives, and something that they're never going to forget. I know you've probably seen this online as well, but like, have you ever thought to consider the impact of your images? The thought that a photo that you take today might be the last photo of someone that they love? Have you ever had somebody reach out to you after a wedding and tell you that that was the last photo of someone that they love? I have, and it changed the way that I show up on wedding days. I've also experienced it as a client, and that also changed the way that I place importance on people at a wedding during a wedding day. So guests and friends and just the way that they're sitting there and looking, and you know that they spent hours getting dressed up to be here for this couple, for your clients. So how can you also bring them into this wedding gallery and place importance on them as I know your clients would want you to? Today might be the last photo of someone's grandparent or a rare moment between siblings who live across the country from each other. At a wedding I had last summer, an uncle kept asking me to take photos of him and the bride's father. I know it could be perceived as something super annoying, right? Like, sir, uncle, sir, you are not my client. But at the end of the night, he came up to me and with the most sincerest look and words, he thanked me. And he said, he knows that he asked extra of me on that day, but him and his brother and his dad hadn't seen each other in 20 years. 20 years, you guys. My heart like went into my stomach. I felt so just, that is so long. I cannot imagine not seeing my sibling or my dad for 20 years. Like, oh my God. They all live in different parts of the country, he said, and getting together just never seems to happen. And I get that, right? Like, how fast does time go by? Like, years go by sometimes, and you didn't mean to not see that person that you love and is so important to you, but life just happens. He then started crying as he's telling me this. And the saddest thing about it was that cry that he's trying to not cry, you know? And that even makes it more sad. Like, right, he's like talking to me and trying to hold back tears, but they're like coming out of his eyes. And this is a man that I literally don't know, besides the fact that I've taken about 20 photos of him and various guests throughout this day. He just wanted to make sure that I knew how thankful he was to have had them captured together on this day. When someone puts that kind of perspective in front of you, it's crazy. there is a good chance that that's going to be the last time that that uncle, dad, and grandpa are all together again, like too. Like if it's been 20 years since they've seen each other, there's a good chance that they're probably not going to get back together in the next 20 years. So you just never know which photos are going to matter the most to people and what's the most important. So shoot with care, shoot with heart. I want to encourage you to think right now about how you can make this experience today amazing for your clients and every single person that you interact with. A reminder that today, while your job is photos, it's actually about much more than that. You are also the calm amongst chaos. You are the encourager of moments and connection and meaning in their busy day. So instead of rushing through a mental shot list that you have, I want you to make their time together feel slow and intentional, bringing prompts to their day that help them feel connected. I want you guys to hold hands and think about what today means to you, or take a moment and just soak in today, you guys, and have this moment together. Let them breathe. A question you could ask is, hey, is there anything that you guys want to do during this time, like during couples portraits, right? Like, is there anything that you guys were wanting to do today? Like, this is your day. Most of the time, they're going to say no, but how thoughtful of you to even ask. Ask them if maybe they want a minute together before jumping into more photos or before diving into the next thing on the timeline. Talk with them and not at them. Bring out that natural emotion. Be their biggest fan today. They are looking at you for expertise, for guidance, for help, and for comfort. And I know you can do it. I want you to remember right now that today there will likely be some hiccups. Something might not go to plan, and that is okay. There is magic in those unplanned moments. Today, you will master the unplanned, the in betweens, the real moments. You will be fully present in what is happening. Today, you're going to see the big picture. You'll step back and find a way to tell the story from a view that your couple won't personally experience. You'll set the scenes and transition between scenes. Today, you're going to be the curator of sequence, telling the story as it unfolds through imagery. Dad prepping his speech upstairs, the view of cocktail hour through the window as guests gather, the champagne being poured before it's passed. Today, you'll see the details, the little things that matters. You're going to create a flat lay that adds depth and meaning to their gallery. You're going to shoot the details in a new way, in new light. Play with shadows and challenge yourself creatively. The details, they matter. Your clients chose them for a reason. How can you highlight each piece today so that your client really sees it? Today, you're going to see your client's community, the people who show up to support them. How can you document them in a way that makes sense and is meaningful to this day? You're going to be watching for interactions, anticipating hugs, seeing the hugs that last just a little bit longer, the ones that have been long overdue, the best friends who are more like family to your clients. Seek them out and include them. Capturing the group at large, showing the size of their community, but also capturing the group with more of an intimate view, the emotions, the big laughs, the details of their outfits. Here's a way for you to put yourself into your client's journey with your photos today, because the photos that you take today are going to matter differently over the next 50 plus years. So for the next few years, the most important photos to your clients are going to be the details and the iconic images from their day today. So the dress, how good they looked, the trendy decor, the trendy details, these are going to be the things that they hold on to immediately following their wedding day. But here's what happens. 5, 6, 7, 10 years after their wedding, those trends are going to fade. And different photos are going to start to pop out to your clients in their galleries. And they're going to realize that it's really about the people. It's the friends that they haven't seen in a while, or the people that they were so glad made the trip out for their wedding. Maybe it's going to be people that they've lost. Those are going to be the people. So how can you capture those people today? And then 20 years down the road, 20, 30, 40 plus, the photos that are going to matter most to your couple are going to be the ones that show the connection between them. The ones that show the spark in their eyes on their wedding day, because 20 years later, they're going to be able to recognize that that is a love that has grown, but the spark is still there. And that is what is really so special 20, 30, 40, 50 years down the road, is being able to see that and recognize it. And today you're going to capture all three of these windows, capturing their photos that are going to last forever and going to be all that your couples have to hold on to down the road. Today there are going to be moments that are going to happen, and they have weights that we cannot necessarily see, but our clients will feel. For example, a first look that is happening with her mom, who was recently diagnosed with breast cancer and they weren't sure if she was going to be here today. Or a celebratory hug with a new sister in law. In 20 years, they're going to have raised babies together, and in 60 years, they will hold hands after her husband passes. Grandpa dressed up for this day. He dug out his old suit. He has not worn it since his wife's funeral, but it's his only suit, and his wife always said he looked so handsome in it. Today will be his last day wearing it, and he does look so handsome in it. Best friend flew in from across the country to be here today. She really did not have the cash to do that, but she's been saving up for a year to be able to stand here today. She would not miss this day for the world. The groom's mom, she struggled with infertility. He is a miracle baby, one she never thought she'd have. She dreamed of this day since the day he was born. She's overcome today with pride, with happiness, but also so much sadness at the thought of her baby being so grown. Dad's tears during his dance with his daughter. We see an emotional moment that makes our hearts absolutely swell, but we can't see him learning to do pigtails on her hair at age 3, or teaching her to ski at age 6, or teaching her to drive her car at 15, or waving goodbye at college at 18. The depth to these images that you take today go far beyond anything you will ever be able to know, but your clients will know it. They'll feel it. And just by being present today, capturing everything honestly and intentionally, while we may not know the weight of the images or be able to connect all the pieces, our clients will. If you have ever forgotten how important you are, I want to remind you really quick. I want you to imagine that you were not the one shooting their wedding day today. Imagine someone else was, okay? So go ahead, literally pick any other photographer in your head. They are going to be the one capturing this day today. Heck, you can even choose me. Pretend I'm sitting where you are sitting right now on the way to photograph this wedding. Do you think that I would see what you see today? No, seriously, I want you to ask yourself that. Do you think that I would see what you're going to see? Would that other photographer who you put in your head, would they notice the way the couple keeps sneaking glances at each other? Would they know the story behind the day? Would they get the same angles that you're thinking of getting at the ceremony site? Probably not, because you bring something to this wedding that nobody else can. Your vision, your emotion, your care, that is your freaking superpower. And that is exactly why this couple hired you. They did not hire me or them. They scoured the interwebs looking for someone that they trusted and believed in. And out of the thousands of photographers out there and a handful of other photographers' portfolios that they poured through, they chose you. The way that you see a day, the way that you capture a day, the way you connect with people, that is exactly what they wanted. And now it's your opportunity to bring that to their day today. And the best thing about this is that all you have to do is show up and do what you do best, right? Just be you. So today, I want you to remember this. You are not just taking pictures. You are preserving people, like actual human beings, and the moments that happen between them. You are not just going to be delivering a gallery. You are going to be telling a story. You're going to be creating a legacy that lives on much, much longer than you can even imagine. You are not just working today. You are making someone's best day ever even better by the energy that you bring. So bring the calm when they need it today. Bring the energy when it's time. Bring the professionalism. Bring the friendly presence. Bring the artistry. Bring the empathy. Be the vendor that makes your couple feel grounded, celebrated, beautiful, and at ease today. This is your reminder. You are so freaking good at what you do. And today is another chance to serve with excellence, with heart, with joy. It's another chance to tell his story, another chance to make people feel seen and lean in and live the dream that you, my friend, you did this, you built this from scratch. So I want you right now, straighten your shoulders, roll down your windows if you need a moment, blast your favorite hype song. And when you pull into that venue today, I want you to walk in like someone who knows the value of what you do. Because you're not just the photographer today, you are so much more than that. All right, go make some magic. I'm rooting for you always. I am always a DM away on Instagram, here and ready to cheer you on. And until next time, I want you to stay focused and keep smiling.